This is Lieutenant Governor Robinson. I think most of you all know where I stand on these standards, but before I say anything about these standards, I want to say something that's very distressing to me. You know, we hear a lot about inclusion. Uh, we want to include all voices. We want to give everybody a seat at the table. We want to hear everybody. We want to hear everybody's story. Something that distresses me about that is this. I took a look at, I believe it's Durham Public Schools, I believe, has a Black Lives Matter Action Month. Black Lives Matter is an organization, and I don't care who doesn't like this, was in the street chanting the slogan, pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. What do we want? Dead cops. When do we want them? Now. They were chanting that in the streets. And in our public schools, we allowed them a voice. I'm the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, the first black Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. Now, I was invited to speak at a school right here in this state. And there are administrators and teachers that don't want my voice heard. Is that inclusive? Is that inclusive? What is it that they are afraid of that these children might hear from me that will damage them? That I was poor, but I overcame poverty? That I believe that America is the greatest nation on earth? And if they work hard, they can do anything. Are they afraid of that message? Why would educators be afraid for the first black lieutenant governor? 3 million votes. I received more votes than the president of the United States in this state. Why would they be afraid for me to walk through their doors? Is that inclusive? I am so sick of hearing that word because conservative voices have been pushed out of education at every turn. We invite people to wear masks and t-shirts and hats that say Black Lives Matter, but we kick kids out of class who wear Blue Line t-shirts and Make America Great Again t-shirts and even American flag t-shirts. So let's not talk about inclusion until we are ready to include everybody's voice. And as long as we're talking about inclusion, let's talk about the 27,000 signatures that I have on a petition that are patently against these standards. The only responsible course of action right now, when you have television stations depicting a black man as a Klan member, depicting a Native American woman as a Klan member, these standards are divisive, and they have become divisive, and there are still serious questions around them. And it would be irresponsible for this board to pass them at this time. I know it's going to take time to do more work, but there are enough people in this state who have questions about and concerns about these standards that we need to go back to the drawing board again. And I'm one of them, just one of many. And I reiterate my statement again. Talk about inclusion when it comes to education in the halls of our classrooms. We need to think about school systems that will allow Black Lives Matter with the inflammatory rhetoric that they spread. They will allow them in the hallways of in our classrooms, but won't allow the first black lieutenant governor of North Carolina in the classroom as well. Something's wrong. We need to figure it out. And it starts with figuring out these standards. So again, my vote is no. And I think the only responsible thing that we should do in this situation, with all the turmoil around this, is to go back to the drawing board and try to get it right for the people of North Carolina, because the people in North Carolina are not in agreement with what we have here. Thank you.